Thank you very, very much for joining me on the Ner Malka website. It is now Purim Katan in Eretz Yisrael. And in Yitzhak Hashem, in a month's time, we will be celebrating the Purim Gadol and be getting together. In Yitzhak Hashem, I hope that we'll have many things to celebrate as far as the past and the present as well at that time. Now, I'm going to share an idea with you that many people are not aware of, and that is that Haman's name is mentioned in the Megillah 54 times. I don't know how many of us have begun in the very beginning when we stamp or make noise of one sort or another when Haman's name is mentioned, and we start counting, but then after a while we just lose count. But I'm sharing with you a fact that most people don't know, 54, but it is significant, and I'll explain why. One of the major reasons is that there are 54 parshas in the Torah. 54, Bereshis, Noach, Lech Lecha, Vayera, and ending off with Hazinu and Zos HaBracha. Takes a full year to be able to complete. At the same time, when the Haman wanted to destroy the people of the 54. And we say, B'nahafachu, Asher Yishletu HaYehudi V'heim B'Sarneim, what our enemies wanted to do to us, so we now turn the table and we do to them. And therefore, Haman is in the dustbins of history. He is found, and when we mention him in the Megillah, we step at 54 times to remind ourselves that there is din and there is a dayan. There is justice and there is a judge. And what he wanted to do, he was thwarted, and Baruch Hashem, we are here to be able to tell the tale. Now, this is also the part of the week of Parshas Tetzaveh. And another interesting consideration, which is mentioned by the Balaturim, Moshe Rabbeinu's name is not mentioned at all in the Parsha of Tetzaveh. Now, since the very beginning of Moshe Rabbeinu's existence, Shmos, Vo'era, Bo, B'Shalach, Yisro, Mishpatim, and Truma, Moshe's name is always mentioned. He is the main person who is the mover and the shaker in the Parsha. Why is it that Moshe's name is not mentioned in Parshas Tetzaveh? Let me share an idea with you as well. The fact is that Parshas Tetzaveh speaks very copiously about Aaron. Aaron is the Kohen Gadol. His children follow suit, and they're with their father. They are the Kohanim. And speaks about the Begodim, their clothing. It is possible that a person might say, I understand why Aaron is the Kohen Gadol and his children are Kohanim. After all, he is the brother of Moshe Rabbeinu. It happens all the time. Nepotism in one way or another, whether it's loyal friends or whether it's family members, etc., etc. We want to underscore the fact that there is only one author of the Torah, and that is HaKadosh Baruch Hu, B'kvodo B'atzmo, only God. Moshe Rabbeinu is the passive stenographer, and therefore, in a parsha that deals with the kahuna, and people might be want to say, oh, Moshe Rabbeinu is involved in the appointment of Aaron and his children. We say, no, never. It only comes from God, and therefore Moshe's name is not even mentioned in the parsha. Who is Moshe? Moshe is the Eved Hashem. He is the servant of God. And why is that significant? Because the fact is, a servant never makes a move other than that which his master has told him to do. Even a child sometimes, might take a bit of a consideration, might deviate sometimes. After all, my father loves me, etc., etc. But a servant knows one thing: he cannot make any change at all, and that's why Moshe Rabbeinu is referred as the Eved Hashem, because everything he did was just what Hashem instructed him to do. That's why also we say that in davening on Shabbos, Yismach Moshe b'matnes chelko. Moshe was so happy. Ki eved neman karasalo. Vayamin. That's in the pasuk says Vayaminu b'Hashem u'Moshe avdo. As a matter of fact, I'll just end with this: that in the Pesach Seder, Moshe's name, how many times is Moshe Rabbeinu's name mentioned in the Haggadah? People say, well, Moshe Rabbeinu, I don't even remember it at all. No, one time. One time his name is mentioned in the Haggadah. Why? Because we want to underscore the fact that it is God and God alone who took the Jewish people out of Egypt. So you may say, well, if that's the case, why bother to mention Moshe at all? And I posit that maybe the possibility is this. What pasuk do we use that brings Moshe into the Haggadah? That is that the Jewish people saw what happened at Yam Suf and V'yaminu b'Hashem uva Moshe Avdo. We want to underscore at the time when we are reading the Haggadah and we're making the point that it is God and God alone that did everything, that Moshe Rabbeinu is God's Eved, that he is the one to follow whatever HaKadosh Baruch Hu has told him to do, and that is the way it is. And there's no deviation whatsoever. We, Baruch Hashem, have a people who have existed for 3,336 years. That's a long time. 3,336 years. You know, America is getting ready to celebrate its 250th anniversary, shortly. But the fact is, we have been here, and behold, and our enemies sometimes try to destroy us in every generation. But Kadosh Baruch Hu's Matzilenu Miyadam, and we look forward in Yis Hashem to be Mekabel, the Pnei Mashiach, be Meheira v'Yameinu. Amen. Thank you so much.